Rifftrax. I don't have a click tracks where the riffs are missing. Why you always gotta pick Rifftrax? It's your lucky day, it's time for Rifftrax.
Hello, I'm Faith, and welcome to Faith's Take, where I talk about anything and everything that I find interesting. And welcome to episode 17 of Every Rifftrax Short Reviewed, where I take 5 Rifftrax shorts in chronological order, review them, and give them a rating between 1 and 5, with the points being good, great, awesome, fantastic, and spectacular, since I don't think a bad Rifftrax short exists. Just like the last episode, we have another great round of shorts, so let's dive right into episode 17 of Every Rifftrax Short Reviewed. Number 81, Reading. Who Needs It? From May 3rd, 2010.
Oh, no. That's not right.
Not only can't he write or spell, he apparently forgot that he couldn't do either.
Fun fact, I actually taught myself to read at 4 years old, so I may not know what I'm talking about here, but how on earth do you get to be in high school and not know how to read? Well, that's the problem facing 3 kids who just happen to all go to the same high school. We see one guy on the basketball team who's too interested in practicing to study, a girl caked in makeup who wants to be an actress but can't even read the scripts, and another boy who wants to be a mechanic but can't read his job application.
Desmond, what are you doing here?
Reading?
So this doesn't look like studying to me.
I did my studying.
You did?
Yeah, I got the stuff down cold, too.
Learning Jane Austen up in the heezy.
And for another thing, how's that going to help me play basketball?
You ever see Lord Byron nail a three-pointer?
Cold. And I don't need no English.
You doesn't need no English know-how?
You're not going anywhere.
Okay, I'll go. I ain't taking no test.
Nor am I afraid of no
You
ghost.
better show up.
Bonnie, you really crack me up. Where do you get all those stories? I got a million of them.
Dane Cook steals them for me.
I'm gonna knock them dead. I've been working on this for a long time.
I'm bringing a gun just in case.
That the dealership down on 14th Street is looking for a mechanic. I'm applying for the job today.
You're getting a haircut first,
I better
right?
get that job. I already told Mary Ann I got the job. Huh?
But she's fictional and stranded on an island.
What's that for?
You better get that job.
You said it.
Not a professional actor. The audition's just a formality. I'm obviously perfect for Blue Man Group.
I can't read.
I also can't drive 55, but that's less relevant.
List jobs and duties held for the last...
Yeah, if it's not on the back of a
years.
box of Fruity Pebbles, he's pretty much hosed.
Now I could understand if these were all kids who learned English as a second language, but it seems like all of these kids were bred for English from the start, so what the heck? We see each character's tragedy continue to unfold until they're all eventually forced to come to terms with their problem and actually do something about it. But apparently they're not alone. They are the only kids in the school with a reading problem. According to one of the teachers, there are 100 kids at the school with the same problem.
You heard about it.
Desmond wouldn't take the test. How did it happen?
How did his not doing something
He
happen?
repeated one. Bill Desmond can't read.
What?
Who cares? He can always coach Jim.
Come on, are you sure? I mean, if he can't read, how did he get through school?
That would mean we absolutely suck. Oh.
That's a dumb question.
He is just barely making it through school. He's like 100 other students that are getting C's and D's.
100? Is their district
It dawned on
severely
me one day
inbred?
on a test,
I didn't want it. They weren't paying enough. I told them I'd take my talent somewhere else.
Luckily, Arby's was hiring.
I'm your friend, right?
Right.
So? Tell me.
Okay, I'm a furry, all right? I like to dress as an adorable raccoon, and I've got...
Okay, we're not friends anymore.
Application for.
What happens the next time you have to fill out an application, huh? Are you gonna let it happen to you all over again?
Unless I get smarter suddenly, yeah.
I mean, I was studying the wrong material. He changed the test on me because I was...
Desmond, you can't keep playing this game.
Do you love me or not?
I'm not happy because I think you have a lot of talent.
And that pisses me off.
Believe it or not, I can't. You have to start to learn to read now.
Before Pizza Hut launches the
There's a
Book
man
It
at the community
program.
college. I want you to...
Go find somebody else.
Did she use all the makeup ever?
I never learned to read. I never learned to read.
And I didn't learn it
couldn't read
from
when you
not
gave me
watching
that
you.
I could. I understand.
You know, my daughter can't read. Of course, she's 2.
Leave me alone.
But right now, you and I are going to go find out about a reading class for you. Hey, I bet this school might even have one.
This school? I wouldn't be so sure.
What if they find
Hundreds
out
of
I don't
kids
know
who
how to
can't read.
This illiterate short gets a 4 out of 5.
But you gotta quit trying to fool people, because you're not.
It's common knowledge that you're a
You're
moron.
the only one.
Number 82, Families, Food and Eating from May 6th, 2010.
Mom likes to buy a bunch of frozen foods because they're easy to fix.
The joy and freshness went out of Mom's marriage years ago, and her cooking quickly followed suit.
This short is basically what the title implies. We follow a few families, one from Japan, one from Mexico, and one from America, and their eating habits. The first half of the short shows how each family acquires the food, and the Mexican family should really make the American and Japanese families appreciate how good they have it.
Are the jellied fish testicles freshly jellied?
Just give me whatever's most revolting.
Junko likes to touch the squid.
It is wrong on so many levels, I can't begin to count them.
When we leave our friends, we say sayonara, which means goodbye.
Then we go and shine shoes with Prince of Space.
Prince of Space. Prince of Space. It's weird. I'm wearing that exact same outfit.
Yep.
Those pants are the sole reason that Mexico remains a third world country.
My name is Ken.
Alfredo, it's an hour till dinner. Better get the dog skinned and diced.
We're gonna grind the corn into cornmeal to make tortillas.
I hate tortillas.
Grandma's gonna make a stew.
Wait, what do you do? Whatever you're thinking, I beg you. I'm a pet. I'm a pet. You named me. My name is Diego the Chicken. You love me. Wait, your tortillas. That's it. Your tortillas. They're filling. They're delicious. You work for 6 days to make them, so eat them instead. No!
Oh, this abundance of food certainly is a hardship. How will we ever pick one for the housekeeper to prepare for us?
No, that's got sugar.
Gah! It's like shopping with a poorly behaved pack of dingoes.
Free vegetable seeds. They're not in packets or anything. Some guy named Emmett just tosses a handful into every box. The family from Mexico won't see that much food in a year.
The second half shows you how all the families cook the food they got. And I will say, this is where the Americans should be jealous. They may have more convenient cooking appliances, but while they have gross-looking chicken and frozen corn, the other families have full spreads of fresh, delicious-looking food.
We keep our vegetables under the floor where it's cool.
No, seriously, where's your fridge?
Floor vegetables.
Usually, Junko and I read a book or watch television until dinner is ready.
If we're lucky, we get to do our favorite pastime, waiting patiently. Keep it down in there, you two!
Mother says, Grandma plucks the feathers off the chicken.
She does it in front of the other chickens to keep them in line.
Grandma has to peel them.
Why doesn't she just buy frozen chayotes at the store? Oh, right, no freezer. No money.
Yeah.
No store.
Yeah.
Grandma's had a hard life. She's 38 years old.
Meanwhile, Mother unwraps a package of vaguely chicken-like substance.
What's for dinner?
Chicken.
And I'm fine, thanks.
Potatoes.
Daddy gets home from work about 4 o'clock, so sometimes he helps make dinner.
When he's not tired from the bitter grind of his 6-hour workday.
Daddy can sort of open things after a lot of trying, but he's in way over his head after that. Jimmy had a hard time mastering the fork and was destined for an eye patch later that year.
My mother eats later when my father comes home from work.
We're totally winging it schedule-wise until someone invents iCalendar.
We eat our big meal in the middle of the day. Then our evening meal is usually small.
For instance, a roasted mouse or a slice or two of pinto bean.
Grandma will eat her dinner later after everyone else has eaten.
It's getting awfully haphazard.
Grandpa starts eating before everyone, then stops halfway through and only resumes later that night when we've all gone to bed.
At the beginning of each meal,
each highly regimented meal.
My sister gets hungry from being ridiculously adorable.
The lotus root tastes good.
And will keep me full all day as I travel with Gamera.
I hear Gamera is friend of all children.
This multicultural outing gets a 5 out of 5.
Usually, my father works late, so he doesn't eat dinner with us.
He eats with the Mexican grandmother.
Number 83, Summer is an Adventure from May 10th, 2010.
Yes, the woods are full of interesting things.
Things that can crawl on your skin so you'll never ever forget it, even in 40 years later.
Young birds
Okay, there,
grown.
I'll be fine when they stop showing bugs.
Summer. When you're not giving everybody sunburns and bug bites, you can be quite an adventure. And that's what Fred and Judy learned one summer. Fred, Judy, and their parents have been invited to spend a weekend at a lake with their aunt and uncle. The family graciously accepts, and as they start their journey, we get to hear the narrator explaining just how fantastically exciting summer can be.
You see, the letter is from Aunt Clara and Uncle Charlie to spend the weekend with Uncle Charlie and Aunt Clara at a nearby lake.
I love going to a nearby lake.
As soon as they hear the news, doesn't that sound like fun?
Sure it does, until you're covered with leeches.
Oh, no.
They can leave now that Father is home from work.
Little Fred insists on driving.
Even think how many summer games we enjoy.
Exactly 5.
How many kinds of fun we can have in our parks and yards and playgrounds in summer when the weather is warm.
Games like sucking at tennis.
As the Johnsons get out of town, there is even more for Fred to watch. And Judy, too.
Yeah, don't patronize
So
me.
much that orchards with big trees planted in rows. Some orchards with nuts almost ripe. Some heavy with apples.
Wait, what the hell time of year is this?
Peaches. And other fruit.
Everything's ready at once. We need more Mexicans.
All the way. And there is Aunt Clara and Uncle Charlie to meet them and make them welcome.
They've been swigging Bloody Marys all morning.
Oh, what fun this summer adventure will be.
But first the kids have to hose down the outhouse.
Soon they start down to the lake to go for a speedboat ride.
Mother wears a light speedboating dress.
This short is another classic case of the narrator being way too invested in the subject matter. Every single thing about summer seems to excite this woman. She romanticizes every little thing the children do and see. She loves summer so much, she even treats us to a poem about a speedboat ride. A really terrible poem about a speedboat ride.
There's a poem about riding in a speedboat.
There is?
Listen. Have you ever gone for a speedboat ride across a lake so smooth and wide?
That is none of your affair.
You pass the water skiers at play.
Then your aunt shouts out that your uncle's gay.
Turning, and then it is over. The speedboat ride. What fun it was, that speedboat ride.
Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The speedboat held my uncle, aunt, and immortality.
And Mother and Aunt Clara play with them and watch to be sure they are safe.
Aunt Clara secretly baptizes both children.
Everyone goes for a picnic in the woods.
Please tell me there's no poem for that.
It will be cooler where the and some wild berries, Father says, are good to eat.
Wild turkey is good to drink, Father also says.
And a lovely moth.
Yeah, when you can show me a lovely moth-ra, I'll be impressed, but not before.
Grasshoppers.
They decimate crops.
And look at that woodpecker.
Will he peck some wood for us? He will not. The picnic is ruined.
When it is time to eat, they spread the food out under a tree.
Then cram themselves ridiculously close together.
Bump. Just when Fred thinks it's empty,
out comes the calf's foot jelly.
A big bowl of fresh fruit. Fruit from orchards like the ones they saw on the way to the lake.
Stolen from those very same orchards, in fact.
Personally, I still prefer autumn, but this summer adventure gets a 3.5 out of 5.
Now what does Fred see? Something he wants Judy to look at, too.
The sun has exploded and humanity is seconds away from extinction. Eat that apple pie now!
Number 84, Beginning Responsibility, Taking Care of Your Own Things, from May 17th, 2010.
We won't let him play with us unless he takes care of us.
And so, from their common sense of outrage, the toy party was born.
Meet Reggie, a little boy who just has no clue how to take care of his toys. We join our story in time to see Reggie's friend come over to play, only to be disappointed by not having anything in good enough condition to be played with. That night, it turns out that Reggie's belongings can come to life, and they decide to do something about Reggie's problem.
Whenever someone came to his house to play, there was trouble.
Ooh.
Not big trouble, but trouble.
Perhaps some light gunfire.
Like when Horace wanted to play with Reggie's new game.
Horace was already bitter from being named Horace.
Maybe they'd play with Reggie's fire engine instead.
It's busted.
Uh-oh.
Shia LaBeouf had been driving it.
Reggie remembered he'd stepped on it.
Then he'd lent it to little Michael Bay down the street.
How about doing some coloring?
Reggie had fed all his crayons to the hamster.
And when they found the air pump, the needle valve was missing.
It was shiny, so it's safe to assume Reggie swallowed it.
Well, that's the way it was for the little boy who didn't seem to be able to take very good care of his own things.
Poor young Ira Glass.
That evening, his mother and father came in to say goodnight.
Gilda and Mr. Radner.
They thought if they only knew of a way to help Reggie learn to take care of his things himself.
I don't know, maybe you should try telling him?
Shh. Let's tiptoe.
Is he asleep?
His room's been infested with bad voice actors.
Yes. We've got to show Reggie that he has to take care of us.
We've got...
Soon as possible.
This has gone too far.
The hideous cat toy is right.
Football live without air. Air.
Wow, the original Toy Story was a lot grittier.
After forcing Reggie out of bed, the sentient objects, some of which are much creepier than others, begin to tell Reggie like it is. Instead of doing the rational thing, that being run out of the room screaming his head off while finding his parents and or the police, Reggie just blindly listens to the things and believes whatever they tell him.
All right. I'll do it.
This is exactly how things started for Linda Blair, you know.
2, 3, go.
Come on, get out of bed.
Get up, you ungrateful little bastard!
Oh, yeah.
Yes. On behalf of all your toys and clothes and the other things you own.
We've defied the very laws of nature to teach you a lesson.
You see, Reggie? We are not happy.
And when we're not happy, people die, Reggie. People die.
You've got to take care of us.
Reggie's pretty okay with the talking pillow.
Yep.
Do you?
Hello and goodbye again.
The official football of the Cleveland Browns.
Using us and
Reggie?
Crudgy?
It's true. We are angry.
Reggie makes Rick Moranis look debonair.
Reggie, go back in the frame, Reggie. Damn it, Reggie.
Come on, we'll even help you if you promise not to tell.
Yes, kids, don't ever tell adults what happens in your bedroom.
They won't believe you anyways.
Hey, Reggie, you're doing fine. You want to put us away, too?
Reggie has no idea any of this is scripted, does he?
Thanks a lot.
The endless Renfest soundtrack really adds to Reggie's descent into madness, I'd say.
It's not so hard.
Hey, Reggie's doing a dandy job, eh, fellas?
He ain't no jive turkey.
Oh, Reggie, look how happy you've made us all.
Our Dark Master will be pleased.
And you keep it a secret?
Define keep and secret.
What happened?
Dad's on the verge of a heart attack.
The toys put themselves away?
I said keep your mouth shut, you cross-eyed little toad.
This is up there with some of the most bizarre shorts, and it totally earns a 5 out of 5.
And the moral, set the bar low and people will be overjoyed when you accidentally stumble over it.
Works for me.
Number 85, Reading Growth, Basic Skills, from May 20th, 2010.
You're going to watch Tim to find out what you should expect of yourself as a reader.
And you're gonna like it. You're gonna sit there and learn and like it.
Since we've already learned how to read today, it's time to expand upon our reading abilities. We meet avid reader Tim as he heads to his elementary school library to engage in some book learning.
Give me clothes.
It's been a long time since you learned how to read.
2 long years.
Do you remember what it was like?
Plants are helpful in many ways.
Somebody give this kid a McDonald's cap and save us all some time, am I right?
Anymore. Now your world of reading has become much larger.
Almost chubby.
Some of your reading is still for pleasure.
You sinner.
You have to read to find special information in encyclopedias.
Like bomb making.
Dictionaries.
For bomb spellings.
Atlases.
Where to bomb?
Library card files.
Full of bombs.
And all this, Tim is a good reader, and at the same time, he's growing, becoming a more effective reader.
Everybody hates him for it.
You can grow too. For Tim, one part of good reading is paying attention to word meanings.
Then twisting those meanings to support insane beliefs.
And one way to do...
Tim heads back to his classroom, and with a little help from our friendly neighborhood narrator, Tim begins his quest for knowledge. He learns how to use context clues, how to comprehend words he's never seen before, etc., etc. And he's rewarded by apparently being the fastest reader in his class.
As in this simple sentence, please fix the clock.
You stupid jackass.
But suppose you came across fix used like this. Now fix your eyes on the boat.
Maritime LASIK surgery.
No, it doesn't really make sense that way.
Says you.
Unarguable. Tim can't remember seeing this word before.
So he yells stranger danger and kicks it in the groin.
But as a good reader, Tim has other skills he can put to work.
Like the skill of bullying weaker children into doing his schoolwork.
Familiar. The unarguable answer, the answer that seems to be true, is that research must go on.
I disagree.
Yes, that meaning does make sense.
I find it debatable, contentious, and moot.
So you see, Ron's bed was unmade, his pajamas thrown across it.
Riddled with bullet holes.
Shoes, stockings, checkers, jigsaw puzzle pieces, and a little green frog on a string.
Wow, that took a David Lynchian turn.
All right. What is the condition of Ron's room?
Hallucinogenic.
Tim has learned to build his own statement of the big ideas.
In other words, he makes stuff up.
If you're finished, read whatever you like, and we'll have our discussion about Frontiers when the others are done.
Tim has been saving a special Bazooka Joe comic for this very moment.
Being a good reader means more than just being able to read fast.
It means reading good.
Another sign of they're part of a history assignment about the Alamo, which Tim has just finished reading carefully and rather slowly. We don't have to read it now.
Michael Bay will make it into a movie soon enough.
Suppose Tim were... The creative reader questions what he reads. His answers help him judge what he's read.
Sounds socialist to me.
This chapter in the Rifftrax history books gets a 3.5 out of 5.
Tim has a new understanding of the concept of frontier because he is skilled at creative reading.
Me, I can't even say frontier.
Tim is a good reader.
As always, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to especially thank everyone today because my channel just hit 50,000 total views this week. That's just unbelievable to me, and I really hope you'll all stick around for 50,000 more. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys later.
It's time for